In this video, I'll be reviewing the Nisplay N2 tennis ball machine. So this is one of my favorite machines on the market that's under $1,000. It's a great machine for beginner or intermediate level players who aren't looking for all the bells and whistles and all the different features that you might need in a higher level machine, but something that's reliable, that's consistent, and that doesn't break the bank. So I'm going to go over the features of this Nisplay tennis ball machine, and then after that I'll talk about some of the pros and cons from my experience playing with this machine. And then at the end I'll show you where you can compare this machine to some of the other best tennis ball machines on the market. So let's start with the portability. So the machine is about 25 to 30 pounds. It's pretty easy to carry. You can see I've got some tennis balls in here already. And I can lift that pretty easily. So to get it from your house to your car is really no problem for most people. It does come with some wheels that you have to put on yourself, but it's very straightforward to do that. And then this handle here goes all the way up, so you can roll it to the tennis courts from your car and back pretty easily. Carrying capacity is about 75 to 80 tennis balls, so you can put about a case of tennis balls in here. These wings here do collapse if there's no tennis balls in it, so you can make it even more portable for storage. A couple of other features of the machine, so let's talk about how it actually feeds the balls. So this is not a machine where you're able to necessarily program different drills or things like that. It's going to feed one consistent ball on a regular basis, but what you can adjust on the back here is you can adjust the speed of the ball coming out, so it can go up to 60, 65 miles an hour, which is pretty good for most recreational and competitive adult tennis players. You can also adjust the spin. So there's two knobs here for the top and bottom motor. So if you want to create backspin, you can adjust the top motor to go a little bit slower and the bottom motor to go faster. So it'll create that revolution on the tennis ball and create that backspin. And then you do the opposite if you want to work on hitting against a certain amount of top spin. So that's how you adjust the speed and the spins of the tennis ball. You can also adjust the frequency with which the ball machine feeds. So you can go from 1 second all the way up to 10 seconds in between balls. So you can really get a good fast-paced workout. The other thing you can do on the back of the machine, other than obviously turn it on and off, is adjust the launch angle. So you can have it feed really high over the net if you want to work on high volleys or maybe even overheads, or you can feed it low over the net if you want to work on some of those lower shots that you have to dig out from the net, or want to feed at a really fast pace. You can keep it down a bit lower as well. The battery is an external battery. So this is the battery here. It comes with a little carrying case. You do have a cord that you have to connect the battery to the machine from while you're using it. And then there's a charger, of course, so you can charge the battery while you're at home. There is a remote as well. It's very small and lightweight, so you can put it in your pocket while you're hitting balls. And all it does is start and stop the machine. So that way you don't waste several tennis balls getting from one side of the net to the other. Now, another feature that's an optional add-on is the oscillator. So if you're somebody who wants to get a good workout in, wants to move side to side, you can buy this oscillator, and all you do is just put the machine on top of the oscillator, and it's a random oscillator. So the machine is going to sit on top of this. It's going to move back and forth left to right, and it's going to feed based on the settings that we talked about earlier. So if you want to set that up, you can get a really good workout in. It's going to be random, so it's not like it's going to send one ball to the deuce court and one ball to the ad court. Although if you set the settings right and get the timing right, you might be able to, or you should be able to set it up to where it does the right frequency to the deuce and ad court. One thing I did notice on the ball machine is that each time I did have to kind of reset it towards the middle. So it tended to lean a little bit. It was either to the right or to the left. So it would start out with a ball feeding kind of maybe to the middle of the ad court. And then over time, it would be wider and wider and wider. And by the end of the 75 balls, it would be over to the doubles alley. So that might have just been a slight malfunction due to the chord I was playing on. Maybe we had it on a chord that was kind of leaning a little bit because it was at a public park. But with this machine, that was the only real issue I had, which wasn't a big deal because after each time I hit with it, I would just reset it over to the left and then adjust accordingly. But as far as other tennis ball machines on the market go, this is definitely my favorite one I've used for under $1,000. It's a really good value machine. It can feed at the higher end speeds that I like to hit with, as well as some of the lower end speeds if I want to work on specific approach shots or different things like that. So overall, a really solid machine that I highly recommend if you are on a budget or if you're looking for something a little bit more simple. If you want to learn more about this Nisplay tennis ball machine and purchase it, I'm going to include a link below. And if you want to compare it to some of the other top tennis ball machines on the market, I'm going to include a link below with more of our tennis ball machine reviews as well. If you found this helpful, give us a like and a subscribe below, and best of luck on the courts.